Okay, this is my finished diorama for my Environments for Learning course. So here we go, I guess. We've got it's for an infant program, my indoor environment and my outdoor environment. So I'll start with my indoor environment. My apologies if this is crazy shaky because it's on my phone. But okay, here, maybe I'll do this way. So first, there's the door. Sorry, I'm just getting over COVID, so my voice is a little icky. But okay, so the door comes in. We've got a rug here for boots and stuff. Then there's the cubbies are here, and then there will be an area right here for parents. Any documentation of the kids, any photos, any forms, anything like that. That'll all be right here, so that the parents can take a look at it as they walk in. So they'll be coming in here and helping their kiddos right here at their cubbies before they come in and enjoy the rest of the space. And then we'll go to this space, which is in my original drawings. There's 2 tables here. I did not actually have enough for 2 tables. I just had 1 table. There wasn't enough space to squeeze both tables in there, so I have 1 table here. And then there's these chairs represent the individual seating. So usually on my blueprint, I had a plan for 2 tables for the kids who are more mobile and more, on the older end of the infant program. And then smaller chairs for the kids that maybe need to be strapped in or need to be upright and or need help sitting upright. So there's those chairs that represent that. And then over here, there's a refrigerator, a sink, and then there's counter space here with storage underneath, and then another storage shelf over here. So this area represents, it's for snack, for lunch, and for art and stuff like that. And I thought those chairs would be good. They're the art, the chairs with the little, oh gosh, what do you call those? The chairs that have the little attached table on them. So that would be nice for art so that it remains a little bit contained. And then moving over here, we've got the nap room in here, which has a little rocking chair for all the kiddos that need a little bit of extra snuggles before they go to sleep. And then all the cribs are on the outside. And then here is the change area. So these little guys here are representing, they're not walls, but, oh, yeah, sorry. So these were walls. Those are walls for the nap room. These aren't walls. These are just little gates. So this would be a gate, not just an open space, but they're just gates. So they wouldn't be, it wouldn't be a separate area from the rest of the class, but it would be sectioned off just for health and safety reasons, stuff like that. I've got 2, there's some hot glue in there. I've got 2 change tables. There's one on the ground and one up here on the counter. So obviously underneath the counter would be where all your storage is, all your diapers and stuff like that. And then there's a sink here. And then, so the change table on top is for the kids who are not mobile. The kids who would need to be changed up here on the change table. And then I included a smaller standing change area, which would be a mirror right here for just the kids, just body autonomy and stuff like that, just so that they're able to look at themselves. There's a potty here and then a change pad here, so they can kind of be a part of the process of the diaper changing, which I think is a really important thing to have in an infant and toddler and even preschool. And then moving over here, we've got the dramatic play area, which is a little kitchen center and a dress-up center, and baby dolls and a crib for the baby dolls. And then moving over here, there's a rug, which is just a towel, and a tent. So a rug and a tent. This is more like the quiet zone, so kids can come over here when they need a little space away from everywhere else. And this is where I decided I would put the family portraits on the walls right here, so that, usually when kids are kind of feeling a little down is when they want to see pictures of their parents. So if they are not wanting to play, but just wanting to kind of chillax over in the corner, they've got a tent, they've got pictures of their family, and then there's a bookshelf for them to enjoy some books while they're there too. And then that would be where we would have snuggly stuff too, like pillows and stuffies and stuff like that. And then moving over here, there's another carpet. And then over here would be shelf with manipulatives and small scale items like that. And then this shelf is for larger items that it would be a double shelf, so you can access from both sides. Either this smaller area or the larger gross motor area here. So where I would have bigger like wooden blocks and cars and like push toys and stuff like that. And then here is just lots of storage space for all the kinds of supplies. And then I just added a little area would be there for similar to the family picture wall, just art, like the kids' art that they can put up. So so that they can look at their art and feel proud of it and show their friends and kind of show belonging in the classroom of, you know, things that they've created. And then here is the main, it's right in the center area. Here is the gross motor area. So I have the carpet here, and then I have kind of climbing on toys. This represents kind of a climber, another climber, and a slide. And this, my idea would have been, you know, these are obviously movable items, so you could move those aside and have that to be a spot where the kids could enjoy a circle time all together as a group. And then over here I have the sensory area, and I put it over here because it's kind of like, I was actually having trouble figuring out where to put the sensory area, because I knew I wanted one, but I knew it had to be in the kind of the wet zone over here. So that's why I did that. So technically my wet zone kind of comes across here, since this area is where they will go outside. So they get their cubby stuff here and they go outside this way. So it would be kind of like a wet zone all the way from that door across. So then that's where I put my sensory bins. And there's this, I kind of made them lower so that they were representative of those ones that you kind of just stick on the floor, and the kids, just because they're infants and they can, just for the ones that aren't, you know, standing and walking and stuff, they can still access it. And I also had kind of an idea of having a sensory, more like a sensory area rather than just the bin, like even stuff on the walls or stuff on the windows and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's everything for inside. And then the other door coming out here goes outside. I'll just go around here. And that door exits out here onto the deck. This area is the deck. And okay, so on the deck I have shelves here and shelves here. So the deck, for me, I kind of figured there would be a spot for the infants. Since they are infants and they can go, I mean, it varies for centers, but my center, they take infants from birth, you know, pretty much, you know. I know not a lot of parents put their infants in daycare right after they're born, but I think the youngest we've had in the past has been 2 months. So the kids, yeah, they can get their all ages. So I figured I wanted to have an area very close to the door. Right, this would be the area where the kids can, even especially in the winter times and stuff, if there's kids that aren't mobile at all, even if you just want to lay out a blanket and have them with the toys that are on these shelves, have them, if they aren't mobile, then we wouldn't want to put them in harm's way by bringing them into these kind of larger scale areas. And of course, if there's an educator with them, they can take them in other places. But I figured there would be, this is a dry spot, especially where they can just kind of enjoy being by themselves, being, you know, playing with those smaller scale toys. And then this will be an art shelf too, because I had an easel set up here for outdoor art. And so in my blueprint or my plan, this deck would be surrounded by plexiglass siding, and I did not have the materials to be able to create that, but this the siding would be plexiglass, which I thought would be a nice opportunity too for the kids to work on art and stuff like spray bottles or painting or stuff like that. They could do on the plexiglass, that way it can just be wiped right off. Coming down here, there's a set of stairs here and then a ramp here, just because I know some people have an easier time with the ramp, especially the young kids, and inclusivity. Sorry, there's just some glue there. I have another storage shelf down here and a trampoline right here for the older kids that are feeling a little confident on that one. And then coming over here, I have kind of another little quiet zone, which is a tent, and then some picnic tables here, and some trees that kind of give it some nice shade, just for when the kids kind of want to relax and not be right out in the hustle and bustle. And it's kind of tucked away here next to the walkway. The walkway's raised, so there's a nice little tucked away corner here next to the plexiglass in the walkway where it's a nice spot for them to observe too, because there's kind of stuff going on right over here too. And another thing that close but not right next to the quiet area is the tube, because I know some kids like to be silly in the tube, some people like to be silly and crazy, and then some kids like to go in the tube to kind of just have their own space and their own time. So I wanted that to be kind of close to the quiet zone, but also accessible for other zones too. Over here coming off, so there's plexiglass siding, and then there's an exit here and an exit here. So this goes on to the wooden walkway. So here's a garden. Just some string of turtles in there for now, but I was thinking more like it could be like a vegetable garden for the kids, and having kids be a part of that process would be really cool too, because then they get to kind of learn how that stuff works and then be able to actually eat the goodies out of it at the end, which is pretty cool. My kids have always really enjoyed that. The walkway, so you are able to access the garden, and then it keeps going this way, and then this is the sandbox. And then there's a little mud kitchen in the sandbox. If you keep going to the walkway, it ends off all the blue. I realized after I did it that it kind of looks more like water. Apologize for that, but this the blue represents the it's like the poured rubber turf. That I don't know what the actual real word for it, but we've always just called it turf, like it's poured rubber. And then it solidifies, and then it's a nice spot for the kids. It's not as hard as concrete, and it's not as kind of pebbly as gravel where it could get caught and stuff like that. It's soft, but it's a hard surface. It's just more a little bouncier and doesn't kind of cut up kids' knees and stuff if they fall on it. I really like it for outdoor environments for daycares. Right here we've got the little sheltered storage area for the ride-on and push toys. And then the shed for the other types, or like basically everything else that they're going to use in the yard. A covered shed for, obviously, for the weather and stuff like that, to keep it safe, keep it so it stays safe. And then the rubber turf goes, so it has a walkway here that goes all the way around and all the way over here. So I figured that'd be a nice opportunity for the kids to use those ride-on toys and the push toys going all around here. And then it meets up with the other area over here. And then over here, this kind of mossy guy here represents mulch. So I've got a mulch hill here with a slide going down the side, just for the, that climbing action is really good for gross motor. And then they can just slide right down. Over here, I've got a playhouse. It's a little larger than this. It's larger than scale, obviously, because that's the shed. Sorry about that. It's supposed to be a little smaller, but that was the one I found. So it's just a little playhouse for, dramatic play and stuff like that. And then over here, I've got more gross motor area, like a little mulch area here, where these would be like stepping stones, and then a climber for the kids, for, the older, more mobile kids. And then over here, I've got a little, like a nature area. That'd be kind of like nice to have a little area that's more kind of taken over by nature. So it would be lots of, not necessarily perfectly mowed lawn or whatever, but more kind of taken over like shrubs and bushes and trees, and maybe some rocks and stones and like river stones and stuff in there that the kids can do kind of exploring nature and stuff like that, which would be really nice. We don't have one of those at my center, and always wanted to. And so yeah, that's my center. That's my I called it the Busy Bees Infant Center because I really like bees. But anyways, that's it. That's all. That's my diorama. Thank you.